So I'm going to now take this file, we'll just copy that.
So as you can see, the XML file that was generated matches perfectly with the original file that I created earlier. And let's see, where was that? That's in our studio. So this skeleton here, schema, it's not the schema, it's actually the XML file itself. This is the way I wanted it to look, but of course it doesn't contain any data. But I know I wanted it to look that way. So I created that manually, said forget it about, didn't worry about adding data to it. And then I took that file and ran it in the xsd.exe tool, which changed it into the XSD, a true strong XSD file, a true dataset class. Let's see. So from there, then I ran a program. I wrote some code that added data to that. I created a function that used the schema that we built and added data on top of that schema. Then I wrote out, then we told .NET to write out the data that we made, and it created this file. And you can see here that there's the controller historical data and the meta files, the meta table. And the interesting stuff is in the parameters. Notice how the parameter tag, first of all, notice how the parameters is parameters, plural, is a parent tag. And inside of it, currently there's one parameter, but we could have easily created another parameter like IDB and so forth. But an interesting thing is that the class that was generated here knew that we wanted the parameter attributes format. In other words, the parameter tag has an ID attribute, a name attribute, a unit of measure attribute, and a type attribute. These are, in this case, we're thinking of them as they're mandatory to have and that describe a parameter in the context of historical data. In other words, the data log is the real interesting data, and the parameter is telling us what this data is associated with. Anyway, so here we have the parameter tag with the attributes, the data log tag, which holds one or more data points. And here you can see we have 20 data points because that's how many times we created that loop for down in here. Right here. So we loop for 20 times to create a data point. And so we should have 20 data points. And you can see if we ever needed to look at this file, if a human ever needed to look at the file, it's in a intuitive format so that we can easily use a tool such as Internet Explorer to navigate through it and see what we're looking at.